Where are you? You're in Waldoboro, right?
Yep, roger that. I'm out here in Waldoboro, yep.
Yep, no doubt.
It sounds like you can be heard in Oxford now.
Oh yeah, roger that. I can hear you out here, Mr. Fix-It now. Mr. Paranoid out here in Waldoboro.
Yep, 10-4. And yeah, I did hear you, Mr. Paranoid. You're getting out again.
Yeah, I can hear you when the station is in there. Probably same the other way as well, I'm sure. Turn my amp on here, probably do a little better.
It was 0 degrees Celsius.
Mr. Fix-It, did you change anything on your end?
Other than the frequency a little bit, no, nothing.
No, alright, well I put up that different antenna and I didn't know if it was actually working way better than my Amtron or what. Apparently it is, because I hear you real good now.
Oh yeah, same likewise. I hear you real good as well. But no, power is the same, modulation's the same, everything's the same as I always use.
Roger that, no doubt. Wow, hammering. Unreal. That's good. That's a good report.
What's going on?
Hi, Radioman, can you hear me, Mr. Paranoid? Hello, Mr. Paranoid in Waldoboro.
You know, you got Phil McCracken over here in Booth Bay.
I think Radioman's still napping.
I hear you, Paranoid, and I hear Phil McCracken, Rascal, Mike Hunt, Dick Hertz. Yeah, I hear all of you.
06 Montana in the ballpark. Hey, I'm giving you all you maniacs a quick wave down in Rochester.
You're not on top of the pile, but you're real close to it. I definitely heard you.
I'm out here too, just flying these highways and byways.
All right, let's see if we can pull this train wreck apart here. We'll take it one at a time. I heard Cyclops down in Rochester. I got you, Cyclops.
Hey, good morning. Boy, I'll tell you what, if you heard on my end what I'm hearing down your way, but I can hear you occasionally, all kinds of skips still rolling in from the western part of the country.
42 and Corpus, say your number one more.
Yeah, copy that, Cyclops. I got that too. Fix It, I got you in there, and I got Rascal. Paranoid, I'm hearing you good. Your signals come up quite a bit down here. I also heard Wingnut in there.
I wanted to say this, Cyclops 2020. I love your videos, buddy. You got a nice station out there. And you got the hammer over here at Booth Bay in the coast.
Check on the booth bay. Well, let me tell you, my friend, no shame in your game. I got you on a video right now, and boy, you walk the dog, man, wall to wall, treetop tall, coming into the Granite State.
Roger that. Yeah, definitely. I ended up with a just like your radio. I really love this thing. It's a heck of a talking radio, no doubt about it.
Alright, I'll let you guys enjoy. I'll be sandbagging you here and there. I gotta get ready for a trip. We're heading up to the Northern Kingdom tomorrow for the weekend, but I'll be listening in 2020 with that quiet.
Holy moly. Who else we got in there trying to get checked into Maine SideBanders? And I heard Jim down in Portland. I heard you too.
I heard you that time too, Jim. Boy, this new antenna has got unbelievable ears, I will say that. I heard both of you out here in Montana.
Uh-oh, we're being heard in Montana.
Oh, actually from Portland, huh?
What was that, Paranoid? I doubled with you.
Oh yeah, I think I can actually hear Jim up here in Waldoboro.
Jim, Paranoid says he's hearing you a little bit up in Waldoboro. I don't know if you got the same.
Roger that. You guys should come in 670 dB. Hammering from up that way, buddy.
Wow, it's a mess in there.
Sure is. I also heard Birdman in there too.
Chad 4, you got Birdman out here. Got a big hill to sit on.
Hey, Jim, go ahead and try Paranoid one more time. Everyone hold on a second. Jim's going to see if he can reach Paranoid. I know the conditions are tough, but hold on a second.
It's daggum rough and tough. I don't know if you're talking to me or not there, 442, but I'm at 442. Have a good weekend, and
There's too much skip right now. There's too much skip going on. I can't hear Jim in Portland now. Earlier it was quieter. I think I could hear him.
And thank you, 73 to you.
940 San Diego. Got you definitely in there. That top of the pile, sir.
Jim, did you copy any of that? Paranoid said probably if there was no skip, he could hear you, but he can't hear you with all the skip.
Over there on the West Coast.
John in Belfast checking in.
We got John in Belfast checking in. Who was that last person trying to check in? I missed who it was. Say that one more time.
Downtown Squattyville with a check-in. 940 San Diego, you copy 242. Arizona 225.
I got you, Floyd. I got you, Floyd. We heard you direct. Radio Man heard you direct down here in between all the skip.
You're loud and clear down here. Really sounding good. Over the top, and just wanted to just let you know one more time. Saying hello down here from Corpus Christi, 242, waving in.
73 from Alberta. And we'll be clear, stage 73.
Roger, south of Milling.
Wing Nut and Auburn checking in.
Definitely making the trip, sir. Sounding really.
Yeah, we got you, Wingnut. Yeah, it's a little tough. I don't know. Maybe when 9 o'clock rolls around, but I'll run down who I got so far. I got Fix It in Oxford. I got Rascal, Booth Bay. I got Paranoid in Waldoboro, Cyclops, Rochester, New Hampshire. I got Wingnut in Auburn. I got Jim in Portland. We got Floyd over in Waterville, Birdman in Augusta, and John in Belfast so far.
Nova's in there too, up in Skowhegan.
Copy that. All right, I'll put them down. Yeah, I'm not hearing them here, but the way the skip's been the last couple weeks, I probably wouldn't.
Doing a fantastic job there for
The Buckstate Travelers checking in.
All right, we got, excuse me, we got you that time, Traveler.
Jesus.
Well, conditions aren't exactly favorable for local communications, Traveler.
That's exactly why I'm trying to find a nice big hill.
361 Texas, waving a hand. 361 Texas, waving a hand.
how's the weather out there? Right now in Ontario, over. Oh yeah, well we will. It's been raining here too, a little bit of showers from there.
Oh, we got anyone else wants to get checked into Maine SideBanders tonight?
Welcome to the winter. Officially starts 0 degrees Celsius this morning, over.
I'm going to see what the problem is with 400. I'm going to see why he hasn't checked in yet. I-40 westbound.
Huh. So I guess we pretty much got most everybody at this point. I'm sure there'll be some more. But Rascal, what'd you put up for an antenna?
For sure, and it's coming. We're already on with all the leads in the streets here. trees right here right now, so the snow is kind of completed soon. But yeah, radio, you're running there now at 253. Are you still running the vehicle right now?
Novocaine, Waldeboro checking in.
We got you, Novocaine. You came right through.
Very decent audio coming in there and give you the good on that one. What's your antenna there again, over?
Hey, Robert, you're on top of the antenna, Robert.
That makes sense. Yes, I do remember, with the 4 elements that you did.
Hey, Novocaine, who was that other person you said that was trying to check in?
2 elements.
Double D.
1031.
Copy that on Double D. What town is Double D in? Say again on the town on Double D.
Your signal is...
Copy that on the Port Clyde. Thank you.
So, this station I talked to this evening. So 73 to you, and enjoy the rest of the DX, and we'll definitely catch you again on frequency 253 from 9 Radio Canada, 1031 Mel in Northern Alberta. Take care, Robert, and we'll do it again. Happy DX.
Break for that. Northern Alberta, do you have a copy? 102-inch stainless steel whip.
Steel whip, call phase to the rubber ducky, go ahead.
XX 25673.
Hey, Roger, yeah, my daddy raised me old school, and that's the only thing he'd use is a steel whip.
Station calling Mel, go ahead.
Ain't nobody calling now.
Arizona 225 calling North Ireland. Get these groceries in. I'll jump out here in a few. World radio's M4.
Looks like I almost can catch you every day there, Canning, in the evening. I don't have enough time to do some DX on my lunch break anymore. So I make it up on the evening. Up to you there, Canning, over.
Roger, 581 Houston.
Oh, Houston, we got a copy.
For the 15 dB there, Canning. You're fine, no problem. This evening, Canning. And like I say, I can always catch you every day. And I always Hey, Canning, you take care there, brother. Say 73 to you, and happy DX, and we'll middle of winter here, so always have a good connection there from Cleveland. So 73, have a good evening, and regards to everybody there, to the whole family there, Canning.
What the fuck is in Cleveland?
Alberta, and we'll be good.
Start again, Don.
Trying to key up, but it keeps changing channels on me.
That would be a cobra.
No, just changed channels again. What's going on? Can you put me down on the check-in list?
Sure, what's your order?
Chicken?
Boneless or fried?
Fried sounds good.
All right, 10-4.
Good evening to you, Radio Canada 1031, and CC Destination. Good evening, over.
Hi, big fella.
Ooh.
Did you guys hear that guy out there in DX a little earlier saying that it was 0 at his place this morning? I'm thinking, where the hell is he at? Oh, man. It's coming.
4 degrees Celsius, it's 32.
It's a-coming.
Free saltwater system upgrades on every new saltwater ready hot tub.
That's what she said.
60-month financing. Hot tub
Yeah, that
starting
is
at
what she
$69
said.
per month. The huge annual Fair and Fair sale going on now at the Freiburg Fair and in Mainly Tub showrooms
And
through
what
October
she
9th.
says
MainlyTub.com and start relaxing today.
Well, isn't that interesting? Freiburg commercial.
2167 dropping the plunger.
I'm pretty sure I heard Jim in Portland there earlier.
Oh, yeah. He's listening.
Anybody heard Regal?
$700,000.
Oh, not a whole lot, no.
2009 and has set a goal to surpass $800,000 this Halloween.
Another satisfied one.
No. 10% off your in-store purchase. That's bbch.org.
Go on, Novocaine.
Not much, Rascal, not much at all. I'm ready to go to bed.
What? It ain't that bad yet. Just anxious to touch it.
I'm bored.
I'm always anxious to touch it.
Jesus, leave yourself alone.
It's mine. I can do whatever I want to.
Screwdriver's in there. Write that down.
It's his soap, it's his hand, he can wash it just as fast as he wants.
Exactly. His handle's Bob, but we call him Screwball. I thought they called me Screwball. Oh, whatever. He doesn't want to tell us he's using Bob's bubble bath. Oh, good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
Fuck, man, I gotta get rid of some of this chicken, I think.
What's your thoughts on Forrest Gump? You think that fucking Jenny used him or not? You think she done right by him?
Fuck no, Jenny was a whore.
So I kind of think, crack whore, fucking slut bitch.
I mean, she was a free spirit.
I love her though. I think she's pretty.
Pretty little whore slut.
Right. I like it when Gum goes in there and beats the fuck out of that guy there, the Black Panther Party.
Sounds like Joker. You know something's wrong.
And this is my favorite movie, so write that down.
Did you say Pretty in Pink was your favorite movie?
No, that was Ringo said that.
Oh, okay.
His favorite, Brokeback Mountain.
Probably Deliverance. You sure do got a pretty mouth, boy.
I want to see that movie, Brokeback Mountain. I've never seen that yet.
Have you seen it? Don't plan to.
Have you seen it?
Is that local?
Always take a trip to Mexico and watch a donkey show.
Oh, we love donkey shows. I guess the locals are bored tonight, huh?
Well, I can barely pull that out, so wherever that's coming from, it must be down towards you guys.
Oh, fuck, is it giving me almost the same signal as you?
Yeah, it's giving me maybe one light.
Probably would save you a lot of money, Cobra, if you did pull it completely out.
Oh, what out?
Good.
Cobra.
Go ahead.
Okay, I just wondered if you had your rocket beep on or not.
I got it off now. This radio, it just keeps changing channels every time I key up. Not every time, but about 90% of the time.
I think you're just going to have to set all the memory channels for channel 37. You'll be fine. Then when it changes the channel, at least you'll still be talking right here.
And they sound good.
They sound even better through a super scanner.
2112, triple.
Squaddyville's hoping for a super scanner, I can tell.
We got one with his name on it. Well, actually, I think it's Novocaine, so.
Never gets a good conversation going.
Oh, that's definitely got people's names on it. For a shitty antenna, that's got people's names on it. There's a list. There's a bunch.
Everybody wants to try it for 30 days.
0737, I think it's John. Hey, John.
Let's jump in here for a second. Hey, Screwdriver, someone down in there is hollering for you. I don't know if you can copy him.
Not over that 20 dB carrier.
The radio's working out well for you. Good luck with that. 615 Michigan, big signal.
Who's that hollering for Screwdriver? Oh, copy that, Gravedigger. Yeah, good copy on you. You got Cobra here. He's got a carrier down that way.
Yeah, when there was no carrier, Gravedigger, I heard you just fine. I got you at about a 6 over here. You sounded good, but that musical carrier is just enough to take you out.
That's funny, because I usually hear everything pretty well, so whatever it is, it's sitting down in your neighborhood. Must be a milk crate. Somebody left a radio in.
Oh, fuck, if they left me a sideband radio in a milk crate, that would be freaking amazing.
Copy on you right now. 999, British Columbia.
Hearing some DX starting to roll back in now. Yeah, I don't know what that was giving Radio Man or anybody else, but it's just enough here to be annoying, and obviously I'm sure that's what they're trying for, so they're doing what they set out to do.
Don't they get enough of that during the week?
I don't know. If that's what makes them happy to use their equipment, good for them. I can't see where that's entertaining, keying up a mic, throwing music carrier, but if that's what works, then yeah, if it puts a smile on their face, I'm happy for them.
But hey, I appreciate you remembering me, and it's good to make contact once again. 877.
You know, I can always find other shit to do if I had to, so I don't really care, but yeah, you know, like I said, if it's making their day.
conditions are a bit more stable. 877 Wisconsin, 999 British Columbia, 73. Around Illinois. How's everything over there? 999 British.
What's that doing for you, Regal? Anything good over there?
Regal, I'm over here in Dresden. I ain't too far away from you.
All right, 38. I beat you there for a moment, but geez.
10-4, yeah, just curious. Hadn't heard that handle before, so I figured I'd step in and give you a use that. I can hear you pretty good, so I'll let you know.
Standing by, hello. I got nothing out here, screwdriver.
There should be more people like you out there, Regal.
All right, I'll see if I can get back to the Ontario station that was calling me there. I'll see if I can get your call sign out of the mess. 999 British Columbia. Give it a go. Is it 99? Did I hear
Big pandemic, man. A lot of people take their equipment out of the closet for some odd reason. I don't know, but a lot of old timers coming back out of woodwork. I was off the air myself for a good 12 years. I just got
Radio man, what's going on?
99, I appreciate that.
Oh, not much. Regal was talking.
Lit right up. It's really tough on my end, but you're doing it. I'm making a hold it with you. I think I'm going to get back on the side and just let my ears adjust to what's going on. So I wish you the very best around your part of the province. Hey, 99, good to make the contact with you once again. 99 999 British Columbia. Wishing you the best.
Well, good to see you back at it, Sam Clutcher. I'm going to take a standby there. I got a couple people that said hi to me. Hi, right back to you. Hands from the old town of Dresden. Well,
I'm talking to myself too, but I'm listening. I'm getting ready to move some shit around where people, where I can't hear half the people, so, you know.
10-4, just as a heads up, that carrier was up your way. I wasn't happy in the
No, 10-4. I mean, you're getting over it, so I can't assume it's anything too crazy, but it's just enough to be annoying to get their point across. It's not on Skipland, so it's definitely somebody local. Whether it's downtown, whether it's Mobile, I don't know. I don't really. Wingnut could say if it's right downtown, I guess that'd be about it. But whatever. I mean, if they're having fun, it's all good.
Nope, I'm not. No carrier here. Someone was calling from Central New Hampshire on you. I'll stand by.
10-4. What's that giving you, radio man?
Yeah, it's right up there. It's up in the red. I was moving the beam around a little bit, getting a bearing on it.
Anything in town, and I don't know what it's doing to Regal, but that tells me it's got to be somewhere right around here, which means it's personal.
I said for me, it's maybe one light. Most everybody, I mean, Floyd's getting over it, no problem.
No shit. What's Regal? What's that doing for you?
I don't hear nothing but the X-ray, and I'm hearing Canada and all the other stations. I don't hear that carrier you're hearing at all.
Wow. So yeah, that kind of doesn't narrow down to who, but it narrows down to where. I'm wondering, was it? I think I heard
turned it on before I actually keyed up, so I think it was in there before me. But you know, I got all kinds of fans out there, I guess.
Alberta, Canada, waving at you.
Quite a few stations calling me.
Think this bucket of bolts is audible tonight? You guys ain't told me I sound like poo-poo.
No, actually, that's like, that thing's right on the money tonight, it seems like.
Oh, that was before I keyed up there. I took it and unplugged it and swung it around by the cord, slammed it off the walls, and then I put it back on the car. It should be good now.
Triple 9 returning to you.
CQ 147 Colorado. 147 Western Colorado calling CQ.
Not bad for a bunch of two together.
Well, I certainly appreciate it.
Run what I brung type of fella I am. Whatever I get my hands on, I hook her up, see what she does.
You're making a trip up north, my friend. 383.
Well, it's definitely working, that's for sure.
British Columbia, back on the side.
But they tell me I got kilowatt left, so you know that'll drive most anything home.
383. Hey, I don't know if you're ever going to take that thing and have any work done on it, but if you're welcome to it. I got another radio just like that, the 959. The one I got works alright, but it's not the prettiest looking thing in the world, but you're welcome to it if you want it. I'll drop it off someday on the way through.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Appreciate it. Yeah, one of these days I'll get it straightened out or whatever, but it ain't no big rush. Like I said, I got other irons in the fire. It is what it is. I take my time when I get around to it type deal. I got everything working enough so it works, and that's what I call good.
Thanks for the call, 383. Roger. You have yourself a great evening at 73 versus 875. I just figured if nothing else, if you ever needed a pat piece, whatever, if you had a pat rig laying around, then there you go.
That's four. Yeah. I hear you. Definitely
got 440 in British Columbia, giving me a run for the money. Oh man, can't escape that guy.
They do make a good rig when they're working there, talking low unit. I've talked all over the place with the segment. It doesn't struggle an iota on most days. So, you know, the little box behind it gives it just enough zip there where it cuts the mustard quite nicely.
This is 875 Alberta with the big old wave.
All kinds of shit lately. I was going to keep it and fix it up, whatever, but now I've got more radios and I fucking know what to do with.
Oh, you know how the hobby goes. It's like having diarrhea. You fill up a lot of undies.
You ain't kidding, Christ. I got a lot of real nice clean radios now is why. I got a bunch of the Anytone ones there. I'm talking on a Quad 5. I like that radio a lot. I got the Quad 6. I got a friggin' General Lee. I got an Olinko ham radio and all kinds of shit.
Alberta, back out.
That's four. It doesn't take long to start collecting them once you spread the word.
All right, 948.
Good day.
You're sounding good. You got a great signal, my friend. So thanks
You
for
can
the
never
wait
have
from the
enough
Keystone
radios.
and 73, 875, back out. Quick fix.
You like that Alenko you got on, DJ?
Yeah, this thing seems to work pretty damn decent there, for sure.
Yeah, wicked loud down here. Holy shit.
Thank you.
She's just a little spit spot, quarter watt, quarter mile, quarter wave, walkie-talkie.
No doubt. I got the older version. I got the DX77.
Now, is that that's the smaller one, just like a standard mobile size, right?
No, it's almost the size of the Kenwood 430. Pretty close to it. It's sitting right on top of it now. I got a Kenwood 430 too. It's going to 7, but yeah, it's just about the same size as the 430.
Yeah, roger, yeah, no doubt.
Probably same size as yours, just the older version of it, basically. Pretty much does the same thing. I think yours has got more bells and whistles and filters and what have you. Same thing, general coverage from what is it?
More goodies and more goodies,
whatever,
yeah.
30 meg.
No doubt about it.
After you have about 40 buttons on the base of a radio, what's another 20, right?
AM 100 on sideband.
Yeah, 10-4, yeah.
Got 10 my radio.
Yeah, they seem to work good. Well,
the best
this one here seems to work pretty decent there. I've done a lot of DX in there with it, and played around on some of the other bands and had some fun there, and yeah, you know.
Yeah, pretty cool. I like the automatic antenna tuner. With the Kenwood, you can't. It's older, you know. I like the Kenwood, though. It's a nice radio. I got the antenna tuner box with it and the 430 power supply that goes with it. Got your 187.
10-4, no doubt about it.
But I'll tell you what.
What's up, guys? Just Radio Man going out direct to the chat. Thanks for everyone stopping by. Looks like I saw Dirty Diaper in there and Birdman and I'd have to go back and look real quick who was in the chat, but just want to acknowledge you guys. And yeah, it's quieted down a bit some, so skip wise in the local musical carrier.
Talking and receiving.
Yeah, I got a quad 6 too. I ended up with all three of them actually. I had the quad 5N, which looks like a 2970 or 50 kind of, and then I ended up with the quad 6. That one I'm going to keep for my car. That radio works all right. And then the 5's got the big frequency display. Looks kind of like a Galaxy. That's what I like about it.
Out of the ordinary, over. 10-4.
Same thing as the Top Gun Quad 5 or whatever. I'm sure you've seen Cyclops 2020 there. That's what he talks on. It's a little thick out there, 187, but from what I'm hearing, it sounds...
Yeah, I have seen his videos and whatnot there for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking on now. Same radio.
Rascal, what'd you end up putting up for an antenna?
Yeah, they all seem to work pretty decent there. You know what I mean, for the way they're designed up. Do real well.
Oh yeah, this thing's got an unbelievable receive. Radio Man, we ended up trying something different. Ended up getting a Jogun Hillbilly antenna. It's horizontal, vertical, omnidirectional. I did notice a big difference. It does work good.
Oh, copy that. I'll have to look that up. I'm not familiar with it. So, alright, yeah, I'm still hearing you good. I'm just on the Omni.
Roger that. Yeah, me too, Art. I got you about a 7.
It's made it different up this way there for sure.
Oh yeah, I hear you like nothing. Fix It too. I couldn't even hear Fix It on my
I could hear his beat on my Amtron, but I had ground noise. Christ, now he's giving me 6-7 dBs and loud.
I'll try to be quiet.
You don't got to, buddy. It's good. I'm glad I can hear you now. I knew it was on my end. That Amtron, you know, thing's old, 35 plus years old, and kind of a higher match. I got this thing matched in pretty well, but it's not perfect yet.
10-4 on, it's ready for the box pile.
Kind of a weird antenna, though, there, Radio Man. It's basically a beam. It's, you know, the horizontal, vertical elements of a beam, and there's no elements in front of them or behind them, so therefore it makes them omnidirectional.
Just remember, Rascal, they didn't build Rome in a day.
That's right.
Have you done any more, did you play on horizontal with that thing yet?
I haven't much. Actually, I could hook it up. I didn't see much of a difference yet with it. I know my ohms is not right. I'm pretty sure about that. I got a good match, but something's not quite right still.
If you got a good match, your ohms are right. Your reactance might not be right, but your impedance is fine. You're not going to fuck anything up. But yeah, I'm still just curious. I still want to know if it's bidirectional more than omni. I'm still curious. I just want to see.
Right. I'm talking on it now. I'm on the, vertical. Hang on a second. I'll hook up the switch box so I can switch it back and forth.
Yeah, but if you're not going to go out there and spin your antenna, I'm not going to be able to tell if there's any difference between, you know, which direction.
Right, well, I was just wondering if I gave you close to the same signal, it could hear you as good on, you know, versus horizontal versus vertical.
Yeah, you could definitely try it. I would venture to guess there's probably about a 10 dB separation, so yeah, probably ain't going to hear me for shit on it, but on horizontal, because I'm not on my horizontal.
Alright. Actually, Radio Man, are you on your beam?
I can be.
It's got, you know, vertical and horizontal, like you said, switch back and forth, see if it works, kinda.
Yeah, I can be.
CQ, 140, circle up vertical.
Yes. Do the old switcheroonie. Let's hear it. Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
Squish. Oh, too soon.
Yeah, Maine 307, Maine 307. Go ahead.
Hey, Roger, is that Radioman talking to Waldo?
Yeah, I hear you, 307. I hear you. Waldo County. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I was just kind of swinging the beam to talk to Rascal there over in Booth Bay, so I'm probably a little far east.
Yeah, you know, this is Maine 307.
Swinging up towards John there, Radio Man. CQ, 140, circle up vertical.
Yeah, 307. Try it again. Yeah, I'm definitely hearing you better now. I don't know how you're hearing me on that end, but I think if I remember correctly, you're over in Swan Lake.
You definitely came up on my end there, Radio Man. I'm horizontal too, I just switched it over.
Yeah, I'm kind of split the difference. I'm not I'm actually not quite pointed at you yet there, Rascal. I mean, I'm in that general direction. I brought it back a little bit to the north there to see if I could grab 307, which I am able to hear him. I never used to be able to hear him before.
Roger that. Oh, I just tried it when, obviously, you're on horizontal. I went from vertical to horizontal, and you jumped right up a dB or two.
How's that sound right there?
You're down now, but I bet if I switch back, you'll probably go right back up.
Yeah, you dropped a little bit over here, but not anything too bad. Yeah, I don't know. I heard 307 radio, man. I heard Paranoid yelling for you, too. I don't know if you actually heard him, but I heard you in there, Paranoid.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, absolutely. I was on my horizontal at the moment. Yep.
I'm being on the horizontal, trying to get in there, too.
Yeah, sorry about that. Between 307, Rascal, people vertical, horizontal here, I think a smoke started coming out of my switcher. I was moving it so much. Yeah, I'm hearing Paranoid. Rascal, I should be pointed right at you right now on the horizontal. There, Rascal. On the horizontal, should be pointed right at you.
Oh, yeah. Vertical, you're giving me like a 6 or 7. When I go back to horizontal, you're right up to like 8 or almost a 9. You're taking Bob right out of the picture bad.
Now that weren't necessary.
I know it wasn't, but I figured I'd add that because you'd enjoy it.
That's it. I'm putting up the super scanner. I'm done.
You bet.
Yeah, Rascal, that's the the horizontal, or excuse me, now I'm back on the vertical side, still pointed right at you.
You dropped from almost a 9 to a 5. Wow, what a difference that makes.
Are you on it right now, Rascal?
Yeah, I'm on my flat right now. Hang on, I'll switch while I'm talking. There you go. Now I'm back on the regular vertical.
Vertical? I didn't even hear you on the flat side there, Rascal.
Roger, I guess it makes quite a difference then, don't it?
You went from a 2 rev to a 6 when you switched back over. Right there for sure.
Cool. Well, that's good. I guess it actually works, Bob.
Yeah, Roger.
Yeah, the vertical to horizontal. What's about 2 dB difference here? Well, 2 SU, and I shouldn't say dB. Yeah, it was working. I'm just curious because you're still giving me like a 7. I'm curious if you went out and spun the antenna, let's say 90 degrees, would your signal change over here?
Oh, I bet it is kind of directional. Yes, I think it probably is.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be bi-directional. So, you'll probably want to set it so it's kind of like southwest and northeast is going to be your 2 directions you want to have signal in. Just for DX, that makes it nice and easy for us because all of our DX is more or less one direction.
Right. Well, that's kind of what I was thinking when we got the antennas. It would be kind of cool for that, especially anybody out in the distance that's running that, What a big difference it was with Radioman. He came from like a 5 to a 9, almost doubled.
Hey, Screwdriver?
What about it?
Yes, sir.
Based on these findings, I'm going to have to get my pencil out and mark that down.
What are we marking down?
Never mind.
Oh, the fact that your horizontal did better than me? Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. It should.
No, never mind. It's not that. Anyways, alright, well, we did that.
Wow, his head's really exploded now, ain't it, Bob?
Oh, yes.
I like it when there's some good competition out here. It's fun.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Now that we're back all, like, normal and stuff, you guys could probably double really good, actually. But when I went to freaking horizontal, that cut Bob down, so that's not a very fair comparison, Radioman.
Oh, of course it is. So it makes it all fun. You got to take whatever advantage you can get.
You like it when people take advantage of you, don't you? I could tell by the way you said that.
When I walk away from the bar, I don't put a fucking coaster over my cup. I put a sign on it that says, put 2 roofies in. I got a high tolerance.
I like it when they call me Big Papa.
Oh, yeah. Do you see they just arrested the guy that, for Tupac there just last week?
Yeah, it's about time they know who he was since day one.
And the whole case might fall through. He admitted to it like fucking 15 years ago, but I think he was being a rat and he was ratting out somebody else, so they couldn't hold it against him because it was another, I don't remember, I read something about it, and but it was him and 3 other people in the car. He's the only one that's still alive, so, maybe he's trying to keep himself alive.
Well, you may be onto something there, but yeah, it turned into a bureaucratic bullshit show is what it turned out to be, but rules upon rules and protected this, that, the other, so on, but yeah, they finally zeroed in on the truth, they've known the truth, and they finally enacted on it, basically.
CQ, going south, Radioman, Maine 307, caller.
Yeah, go ahead, 307, I got you. Yeah, no, you're making the trip there, 307. We're hearing you now, and like I said, the skip's quieted down some, and if the skip was in there, I wouldn't hear you. But like I said, now it's quieted down a little bit. There's still some skip, but it's not crazy.
Radio man, making a good trip this evening up here at Squattyville, no doubt about it.
Yeah, copy that there. And I heard Floyd too over in Waterville come back to me. All right, there, 307. There's a bunch of people in here, so I don't want to hold it. And but yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge you.
What's his favorite movie?
Yes, we got to cover that. 307, what's your favorite comedy movie? You have a favorite comedy movie? Yeah, copy that. Yeah, Uncle Buck, that's a good one. There's some, that's a good one, Uncle Buck, yeah.
Oh, damn it, that's what I was going to say. I just watched that the other day.
You know, I don't think I put that on our list at work, so I might have to add that to it tomorrow. I can't find a way to fucking send out a spreadsheet through our group chat. I might have to just take pictures and or screenshots and send screenshots. I was kind of disappointed. I was trying to do the whole spreadsheet so everybody could put their numbers in, and then it's easier to figure out what was what.
You might be able to make a PDF and then copy and paste it in there.
Yeah, but then you probably wouldn't be able to write on unless you had a PDF editor. Well, it depends on what, but yeah, I was just figuring, put the spreadsheet in. I already got all the formulas in there and whatever, because we've already, me and another guy at work, this is what we did for like 2 weeks straight, was figure out comedies and rated them. And some of ours are definitely off, but rated them from 0 to 5, but at first it was just, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, he had to get down to like, 4.8, 4.9, 3.7. So we went to that precise because we were trying to figure out what our top 10 comedies were. And you think you know what they are, but then you list off a few other things and you're like, oh, fuck, this was good. Oh, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, if a PDF is going to be a pain, then yeah, I just take a picture of it, but yeah, I don't know, 3.8, 5 points, 4.7, that might be a bit too specific, but you can always, 0 through 5 is good.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I had 10 movies at a 4. Well, there was definitely, there was a few I had at 5. Not many, but a few. I'm like, these are definitely my top 10. I don't know if I could narrow it down to favorite, but, mine are up there with, like, Happy Gilmore, Step Brothers, Office Space. These are there, but
You know, so, and there was a few that I hadn't seen that he hadn't seen that I have to, you know, that might move up and down the list if we change shit, but I'm thinking if I can get like 4 or 5 people, 5 or 6 people, whatever, a bunch of people to rate these movies, I kind of want to, you know, just see. Like, I'm not a big fan of the Naked Gun movies. That's just not me. He was right up there with him. I rated him at like a 3. He's like 4.5. I'm like, fuck that.
Oh, I like the airplane movies, but I don't know. Another one I like is I like the Police Academy ones.
Tommy Boy.
Yeah, Tommy Boy is up there for me. I don't like Police Academy. I mean, I can't say I don't like it, but like I've never actually seen Airplanes, and I hear a lot of people talking about it, so I'm actually going to watch that this weekend. But I don't know. The actor is just kind of, I don't know, it's not my thing. It's almost like a British comedy. It's a dry humor. I'm more of a fart joke humor. You know, there's just certain things like I love Clerks 2. Clerks 2 is almost a number 1 for me. That movie's amazing. Clerks 1, no, not even close. But Clerks 2, oh my God, I fucking love it.
Hold on. Point of parliamentary procedure.
Oh, let's hear it. What do you got?
Naked Gun, Leslie Nielsen, you like fart jokes. When the mayor is giving a talk and he goes to the bathroom with the wireless microphone on to take a whiz, oh my God, I was on the floor laughing. I'm sure if any of you guys seen the Naked Guns, that was like, was that Naked Gun 33 1/3? It was like the World Series or something. And he's in there taking a whiz going, oh, and he's going, and the mayor's trying to give a speech.
I'm not a Leslie Nielsen fan. I don't know why. It's more of an actor thing to me. I think that ruins it. It's kind of like, I actually love Will Ferrell, you know, and I don't really like Elf. To me, that movie was, my wife loves it. Now, I love Talladega Nights. But I don't know if I say I love Talladega Nights more because of the movie or because my wife hates it. So, like, there's a few in there I'm like, I gotta put an asterisk next to this. I watch Talladega Nights, like, once a month, but more just because I know it just tweaks my old lady a little bit.
Yeah, I thought about this, and I've never really been like a favorite band or favorite song or favorite movie kind of guy, because even like I'm going through my head, so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna narrow it down, because like Naked Gun, I was pretty young when those movies came out, so I was like, maybe I'll go to like more when I was like a teenager, like in the 90s, or wow, geez, even the movie I was just gonna pick, that wasn't even the 90s. But I was like, maybe I'll just pick a more current movie. And I'd have to say Step Brothers. And I'm not, like, I'm like, oh, but I like this one too. But the movie that I think about, like some of the shit in it, or the stuff that I go back to when I make a joke with somebody, I always go back to Step Brothers. So if I had to pick one and try to pick one that's more current, it'd be Step Brothers.
I'm with you. I use a lot of lines from that all the time. So it might have been our number 1. It's right up there. You know, and I guess it's just an age thing or a time frame thing. Like, I never really got into, I didn't watch comedies and know much about them, so I really didn't start watching them until the 90s, you know. So the 90s comedies through now are my era that I watch, and I don't go back and watch a lot of the other ones. And there's a lot of movies that are funny, but they're more like a rom-com. I don't consider that the same. I think Deadpool is a fucking amazing movie, and it's hilarious, and I think that is a comedy. To me, it's still borderline for the genre kind of slipping over, though.
Chris Farley, Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy's a great one. That's in there. Happy Gilmore is still one of my all-time favorites. I can quote the movie from the fucking beginning. I used to say it was my number 1. It's still up there. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, like I said, I'll have to make sure I get those out, put it in the group chat and wherever to some other people to get more of a general consensus. But I need to make sure it's like kind of people like us that like that style movie, because my wife is going to think most of the movies on this list are retarded. She's not going to think they're funny. So, it's definitely a different type of comedy. It's not all like classic comedy, I guess.
Oh, let me see if I got it.
Comes back and catches David Spade staring out the window at that broad in the pool. He was fucking spanking his crank. That was fucking funny shit. I don't care who you are.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And you got stuff like, that I didn't put on the list, but like Hot Tub Time Machine and Grown Ups. Grown Ups might be on there, but I'm like, I don't know. Like, they didn't make my top 100. Oh, they were close. Well, yeah. Kingpin, great movie.
Just want to say hi to everyone in the chat. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting to go back to it, and I need to make an adjustment to my streaming setup so I can monitor the chat more easily. But Punisher, New York City, thanks for stopping by. I'm going to have to relay that comment about Leslie Nielsen on the gravestone. I'll figure out who said that, give him credit. But I appreciate you guys commenting. I'll keep trying to check back there. Sorry about that.
That's discrimination.
Yeah, if you don't think Step Brothers is funny, fuck off. I don't want to talk to you. It's that easy.
I haven't seen it yet.
I mean, it's like why I put Pet Shop Boys on the jukebox. It's for profiling purposes only.
Hey, Screwdriver.
Yes.
So one of the guys in the chat, I was checking the chat comments on the live stream. This guy, Alan Rupa, said that Leslie Nielsen put on his gravestone, "Let her rip."
For some reason, I don't know. It's funny because I'd rather watch something with Bean in it. That's some British dry comedy that I think is funnier than him. I mean, I wouldn't rate it to be amazing, but I'd rather watch Bean than Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah, I want to add one thing, and this may be a gray area, but technically they've made movies. And because I went back to the thing, I'm terrible at saying, but what do I go back to and reference? Or like shit, when I see clips, I always watch it. Trailer Park Boys. Trailer Park Boys is friggin' hilarious. Now, they did make movies, but if anything Trailer Park Boys, I'm in. I went to their live show. I've seen all the movies. I've seen every episode of the TV show.
Watched it many times. It's hilarious. I mean, I've got a profile picture somewhere of me kissing Mr. Leahy. Great shows. But they're sitcoms. Like, I almost wanted to have another list for sitcoms. Like, The Office. I thought The Office was fucking hilarious. Even though it was kind of a weird dry humor, I loved it. He did not like it as much, but I thought The Office was great. But I'm like, trying to, something that has a series over something that's not. Don't get me wrong, Trailer Park Boys, swearing at the movie, it was pretty fucking funny, but, it wasn't as cool as Orgasmo, which he has never seen either. There's going to be something that you or fucking Cobra, Wingnut, somebody's going to say, hey, why isn't this on there? And throw out a movie, and I'm like, oh, that movie's awesome. Because I didn't try to look anything up. These are literally just from me and him bouncing us off, and he got right into it. He made the spreadsheet and did all this shit, but we were just bouncing ideas off each other, and we just started writing them down. We had an email chain going back and forth for 2 weeks, and, every time he was down there, if he remembered something talking to me down in my office, he'd fucking, message me from his phone. Oh, don't forget this.
What about you other guys out there? What about movies? I know Regal put a few out there. Anyone else out there?
What about Bob?
Bill Murray.
Debbie Does Dallas.
Weekend at Bernie's was pretty funny, and that's not on there at all. I would rate Weekend at Bernie's better than half the shit on there. Maybe not half of it, but I think it'd be top. I don't think it'd be top 50, but it's definitely top 100 material.
Smoking the Bandit.
Yeah, not necessarily for a comedy. Great movie. It's definitely top 100 for an all-around movie, but comedy, not so much.
That's a comedy. You got Jackie Gleason.
I mean, to me, I guess, I like a lot of Mel Brooks movies. Blazing Saddles is on there because he loves it. And I'm like, it's funny. I'm like, I don't know. It is funny. Very racist, but funny. Spaceballs is definitely on there. But like, here's a real controversial one that he was really disappointed in me, but Monty Python. I'm not a big fan. Holy Grail, whatever. Cheech and Chong was okay, but Monty Python, I've watched it because it's got a cult following. I would not want to watch it again this weekend. You know, that's how I kind of judged it. What would I go home and watch this weekend on my couch? What would I look up and watch that I've seen before? And Monty Python is not on my fucking list.
All in the Family, Archie Bunker.
Oh, love it, love it. Sanford and Son, you know, that's right up there. That's some fucking redneck shit. It's great.
Yes, it is.
I'm pretty sure if you watch the opening credits, in the back pile of his scrap pile right behind the truck, you'll see a super scanner in there.
I bet you would.
I'm definitely going to work on getting that out later tonight or tomorrow at work. I don't care if it's going to be 10 screenshots of my phone and sending it through Messenger, but I'm sending it out, and we're going to get some ratings over the weekend.
The other funny movie is Anger Management with Jack Nicholson and Adam Sandler.
Yep, definitely on there. It's a great movie.
He puts that poor bastard through hell, but it's funny as a bastard.
He's got all the Austin Powers separated. I like the Austin Powers. I rate them pretty good, but I couldn't tell you the difference between 1, 2, and 3. I don't remember. I remember plot lines, but I don't know which one is which. I rate them all as one general movie, realistically.
I wish my wife was home right now, because she's like an encyclopedia when it comes to movies and remembering all the comedies versus thrillers or action, or she's like a fucking biograph of fucking IMDb.
Call her at work, ask her.
I mean, there's so many movies that I've like laughed at that I find funny, but I'm like, you know, is the whole thing funny? And more almost like, is it quotable? In my mind, I go more towards, is it quotable? Can I watch a movie and piss my pants laughing the entire movie? Or is it just one 5-minute part or a couple of one-liners? There's definitely... Yeah, I don't know. There's some different ways that I would rate a movie, but I'm going for all around, like I said, if I'm bored and I'm sitting on the couch this weekend, what do I want to put on that I've seen 100 times? You know, there's movies that I'll put on that are like action movies or something too. Like I love watching The Departed, but if I'm in the mood, you know, if I'm thinking comedy, I'm like, what am I still going to laugh at for a comedy? And that's where my mind went.
Okay, let's flip the nickel in the other direction for a minute. What's your thought on the most overrated comedian that a lot of people thought was funny and you thought he sucked?
Ooh, you know, I just heard this recently. Somebody asked that question. I seen it going around, and yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think on that a few minutes. That's a rough one. I know there's definitely some out there.
Top of my head is Rodney Dangerfield.
Gallagher, you know, even Sam Campbell, more yelling. Some of his skits were good, but, you know, I don't know. In my book, you know, this is going to be bad, but I'm going to go with Andrew Dice Clay. You know, he was interesting, but, you know, his...
Oh, fuck that.
The envelope. I found it amusing. I didn't necessarily find it funny. So I'm going to go with a big one for me would be Dice Clay.
I agree on the Sam Kennison yelling and screaming, and a lot of it was semi-funny, but not as funny as most people thought it was.
Alright, hold on a second. You gotta re-listen to Sam Kinnison's bit when it's on one of his comedy, well, it was a tape back then. It was a record, but it was a Sam Kinison, and he reenacts what it'd be like after he dies, and he's in the morgue, and he's doing the whole thing, and the guy at the morgue's porking him after he dies. Oh my God, it's hilarious.
Some funny skits here and there. I'm trying to remember. Was he the one that did the obituary one too, where he pulled out obituary at the beginning of every show and start reading off the people that weren't going to be there?
Yeah. Another guy, the same guy from the chat there, Alan Rupa. He mentioned Animal House, and one movie I've never seen. Maybe any of you guys, Kentucky Fried Movie. I've never heard of that one. Kentucky Fried Movie. Anyone?
But I might have to check it out.
Sounds familiar, but it ain't ringing no bells to speak of. To me, every movie you watch is a new one.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, is there going to be some movie pop up? Like, he had me watch Paul. I don't know if you ever seen that. He thought it was a hilarious movie. I'm not as much. He's got Sharknado on the list. I don't fucking see it. I think it's retarded, but that's on his list.
Yeah. Sharknado sucks.
Sharknado.
Beware, my friend. Shit winds are coming.
Who is that?
That was Leahy.
Whoever it was, they're coming.
Did it not come through correctly?
Oh, that was you? Yeah, I couldn't really understand it over here.
Oh, okay. That was just me goofing around. I was doing a little Leahy. I don't know if Regal picked it up.
I heard it.
Did you ever, we might have asked you this before, but did you ever get into Letterkenny?
Never gotten into it, but I've seen a ton of clips, and I keep telling myself I gotta watch it, because whenever I see the clips, I'm like, oh, damn, that's funny.
It's a little bit drier humor, like good old boy, no drugs, there's definitely some drinking involved, but, kind of the same, it's really close to Trailer Park Boys. Not quite as out there, but I don't know, I found myself laughing and fucking binge watching that shit a lot, so that was right up there with me with Trailer Park Boys for a sitcom comedy thing.
Well, I guess, yeah, we got some people in the chat that are agreeing about Letterkenny. Like I said, no reason I haven't seen it. Clips pop up here and there, and I watch them, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's funny. I got to watch that. But it's one of those things, too, where I never have enough time. It's actually funny. Sometimes I catch a good movie if I'm up, son of a bitch. If I'm up at camp and the weather's real shitty, I'll put a movie on, and it's usually like, like not like a new movie, but I'll put something on that's a safe bet.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
How about like Beavis and Butthead and SpongeBob?
I actually do find SpongeBob a little funny. It's weird, but it's funny enough. Beavis and Butthead is, I grew up on that shit. I remember watching that shit at Rascal's house when I was probably, I don't know, I was barely able to drive, but when he lived down in Brunswick, I remember going down there, we were smoking a bunch of weed and fucking watching Beavis and Butthead when it was on TV, and fuck, that must have been like mid-90s.
Oh, yeah. Beavis and Butthead. You know, it's a show that I think, well, I'm probably going to get shot down for it, that's been on for a long time. They're still very relevant and topical, and I still find the episodes funny, is South Park.
keep up on it, but I think they're always fucking hilarious.
And Team America was a hilarious movie too.
I couldn't get over how disrespectful they were of South Park.
What do you mean, disrespectful? Who?
Oh, just the way they spoke to the parents and all.
Oh, yeah, you mean the actual little cartoon people, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what kind of made it funny, though. They're saying shit that you want to say.
Did any of you guys ever see Team America with the little marionette puppets?
Yes, Team America was definitely a good one.
Tropic Thunder. Once you go full retard, you never go back.
I'm just a man playing another man trapped in another man's body. And yes, never go full retard.
What'd you guys think of George Carlin? I know you mentioned Andrew Dice Clay. What'd you guys ever think of George Carlin?
George Carlin was a funny bastard.
Yeah, he had no shit to give either, did he? He said whatever came to mind.
And he wasn't far off from Dice Clay, I'm not going to lie, but, you know, he actually did have more comedy mixed in his, though, and Dice Clay was just more swearing, I think, you know, to me. I was okay with George Carlin. I thought he was pretty funny.
Oh, hickory dickory dock, the bitch was sucking my cock.
George Carlin, Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, back in those days, them were the guys breaking the ice on the comedy right there. Jack and Jill went up the hill, each with $1.25. Jill come down with $2.50 little flat.
What was him and the other night there? Howell Knight, remember that? Howell Knight there, Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Delta Reese, and all them?
Oh yeah, I remember Eddie Murphy.
Anthony Sunday. He's fucking funny.
Yeah, he was another one pretty much blunt to the point there, Red Fox.
I'll tell you, and I think Radioman, I think we brought this up, you would kind of agree, but I'll tell you what's a fucking hilarious, to me, Canadian shit is actually pretty funny. That's Trailer Park Boys, that's, like I said, Letterkenny, it's all about Canada. But I'll tell you what other one I think is pretty fucking funny, and it's on PBS, and just because this name brought it up, but I'll let it sit. We'll go with this, PBS Canadian. What comes to your mind? Go.
Red.
Damn it, beat me to it.
I think that show is hilarious.
You got some good ideas on there, man.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Red Fox. Oh god damn it. Red Green.
Boys, that's fucking hilarious.
That's why I heard Red Fox and it completely just triggered me for that, but I love that show.
No, I agree. That's a fun show to watch, and some of the shit they come up with on there, you're like, how the hell did they come up with that?
Yeah, but it's stupid, but it's real life stupid. Like, it really could happen, you know? That's what's cool about it. It is pretty funny. I don't know if that's English, British sitcom, I guess.
That's Canadian, but that's the funny part, though. That's what makes it even a little bit better, is the fact that it's so funny and so kind of dry and lame, but there's not that swearing aspect of it. Now, I have no fucking problem with swearing, obviously. Love the Trailer Park Boys, that kind of stuff, but to be that funny and have absolutely no swears in it, it's PG-13, it's kid-appropriate, to me, that just kind of makes it a little funnier.
Eddie Hill actually broke the ice of the BBC.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, Mrs. Brown's Boys. I think that is BBC, but that's like British TV, ain't it?
I believe so.
Yeah, BBC. You might get BBC programs on PBS. PBS is like the American version of it's government TV, public broadcasting system. But they'll show BBC and they'll show Canadian, which I think Canadian is CBC. Is it the Canadian? I don't know, but yeah, you can catch all the like the state-run type of TV through PBS over here.
Oh, Mrs. Brown, she says frackin', everything other than fuck all the time, and it's pretty funny, actually. I'll admit it, me and my old lady sit down about once a week, smoke a bunch of friggin' joints, and sit there and fucking watch friggin' episodes of that and laugh our asses off till we about pee our pants.
Oh, hell yeah. It's funny shit.
Remember one episode where she had the fucking farts real bad? She went to go spray aerosol up her skirt. It was fucking sprayed. She sat down in the chair and got stuck to it. That was funny.
Yeah.
Now, we've gone through movies that we laughed at and stuff. Now, let's get into ones that make us cry and upset and everything.
Noah Kane, he's leading the discussion here. I like it.
Mine would be Titanic.
Did you cry to that one, did ya?
Old Metal Jacket.
Lassie.
My rifle is in my guns. This one's for fighting. This one's for fun.
We're gonna do that. Like this. I don't know. Maybe we should try to. We should plan that for this Monday.
What jokes?
No, I want to take an hour out here on the radio, and none of us can use. We all want to talk and try to hold a conversation, but the only thing you can say is movie quote lines. You can use a soundboard online. I don't even care, but you know, and it doesn't have to be any genre, anything special. But you know how many Full Metal Jacket quotes there are that I use? I'm like, you can hold a conversation with all the cool one-liners in that fucking movie.
Oh, yeah. Handle the truth, boy.
But an hour, just everybody going back and forth and trying to communicate what you want, but see where the conversation goes with literally just movie quotes. And it can't be some obscure movie quote that nobody's ever heard of, you know. It's got to be something that, you know, is recognizable to at least half the people out here. If you say, like, I obviously I heard that and I know exactly where it's from. I know it's a movie quote.
You're nothing but a maggot, Sergeant Powell. You know whose fucking magnet you are, Sergeant Powell? You're my fucking magnet. Easy, Regal, easy.
Regal's getting fired up.
This is probably fucking 15 years ago, but that soundboard used to stay up on my computer just for the CB, and me and Swiper used to go back and forth for an hour just playing sound bites back and forth, and we're on our own channel doing nothing. We would go back and forth for an hour and hold a conversation with sound bites from that movie.
You know, I think he's a hell of an actor. I've always liked him as an actor.
You know, Bob, I can only imagine. You get all excited about that shit. Like, the day that you get really old and you move into the 65-plus center, all the activities that you're going to bring with you.
Oh, fucking right. I am pretty fun to bring out in public with people. Like, I've gone to retirement homes to visit people, and I turn it into a blast, even with old people right now. I can't wait till I'm fucking, like, way over the hill and going to that.
I can see it now. He'll have a Moonraker 4 on the roof.
Damn right.
Well, maybe a three-wheeler by then. Probably lose your balance. You'll have to have three wheels.
Oh, I fucking guarantee you I'll have to have three wheels by then. I might be reelected to 4, but I'm still gonna have fun.
He probably have a signature plate of nachos piled up in front of him.
You know, I wish the trikes were cheaper, because I'll be honest with you, I'd go for one now. I'm not even quite 50 yet, but I still think a trike would be a lot of fun.
Heck yeah. And yes, the nachos. We gotta have nacho night at least once a week.
Screwdriver, you have that, or is it your wife that, I don't know, it's like a reverse trike. Those seem like they're pretty nice.
reason I haven't sold it, it's got very low mileage, but is because I might be needing it myself in the next couple of years at the rate I'm going.
Oh, don't say that. My wife hates the way those things look.
It kind of remind me of, well, at least it depends on which version, but there's some of them that kind of almost remind me of like a Transformer.
Well, I was looking at that one when we met up for dinner and that Screwdriver brought, and it looked like it was comfortable. Because sometimes I see these guys on crotch rockets at a stoplight, and they're like stretching their back and they're stretching their wrist and stuff, and I'm like, that doesn't look comfortable. It looks like a torture device.
Oh, when I was a kid, I used to ride it.
Stoplight on my freaking cruiser. The cruiser bike. I don't know. A lot of bikes, if you ride long enough distance, none of them are really that very comfortable, I don't think.
Yeah, not having a backrest definitely, if you put a backrest on them, helps out tremendously. Oh yeah, that Spider is so comfortable. You hit every bump that you want and you don't feel nothing. That thing is just, it is a pleasure to drive, I'm not going to lie. The cornering, you got to lean a little bit. If you're going to speed limit, you're fine. But if you're trying to get aggressive, it's just like a snowmobile. That thing grips and goes. I can beat out my GSX-R 1000 around town with that thing all day long because I can take a 90-degree corner at 40 miles an hour. But you got to throw your weight into it. You got to get off the seat and lean because the bike don't lean. So it will stick and go and it'll throw you right off the side of that fucking thing.
That's like when I go snowmobiling with my friends. They like to ride really aggressive. And you got to get up off the seat and you got to throw your weight into every corner. So they're coming into these corners and they're going around the corner like they're on rails. And they're like, geez, Bob, you're not keeping up. And I'm like, because I'm trying to have fun. Like, I'm not here to get a goddamn workout. So like, I just sit on the seat and go around the corner, which means I can't go around the corner as fast as they do because I refuse to keep getting off the seat and throwing my weight because by the time I make it to the pub to get a beer and a burger, I'm friggin' wiped out.
Just tell them you left your Peloton at home.
Are you riding an older sled or a newer sled?
I mean, I'm on an 07 Skidoo, so I'm on a, it's the first generation of the Rev chassis, so the motor's a little bit farther up, or farther back towards the center of the sled, so it's more modern, but I'm not on a 2020 by any means.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, if they're on 2020s, I'm surprised they even got to get off the seats at all. Thing I found out about it, my family's huge into that, and, my brother's got like 5 or 6 newer sleds. I think his oldest one's like a 2017, but, man, them things shift forward, just like Bob said, unbelievable. The handling is just, it's nothing like it even used to be in. Total different ball game. Kind of boring now. I go up country with them guys a few times a year. I get to ride a newer sled. I like the Viper 1000 he's got. It's my favorite sled. And, fucking thing goes 90, 100 miles an hour like nothing. And I don't know, it's not even a challenge to ride. You just fly through these trails at 80, 90 miles an hour, and all you see is boop, 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 trees going by you, left and right. And, after a while, it's kind of like seeing the same old thing over and over. It's kind of boring.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like doing it, but I also tend to be a little bit more leisurely. Like, I pull over, I'm like, oh, that looks nice. Like, I'll go up a ridge, I get a nice view, and I pull over. But some of the guys I ride with, they like to hammer down. And it's not enjoyable to me to ride like that. Like, I like being out in the woods, seeing all the scenery. I mean, don't get me wrong. I get on an old rail trail, or you get on one of these roads, and I can see like 2 miles down the road or however many miles, and it's perfectly straight. Oh yeah, I love getting on the throttle and opening it up. I mean, that is fun to do, but not to ride like that all day.
Yeah, roger that, no doubt. Well, yeah, I mean, like when you come out to a lake or a pond crossing or something, it's fun to hammer down. Especially 50-50 with the boys. Everybody kind of races across it. But I don't know, like I said, I've just done so much of it over the years. Multiple trips up country. I've been everywhere pretty much. Even Millinocket way. And I don't know, I'm kind of burned out of it. Wouldn't mind having a sled. I currently don't have one. I usually always have, but more for ice fishing than anything. I don't even care that much about going up riding anymore.
I got an old, what is it, a 96 Scandic wide track, and I put a big box on the back and LED lights that I could put my ice traps in. And that's my ice fishing sled, 550 fan. It's got a low range transmission. There's nothing I can't go through with that goddamn thing.
Yeah, those are fun. Those are perfect for ice fishing. Oh, you know they're good sleds. All the Wardens back in the day, that's all they had was them Scandic.
Sinking the pond twice as quick as anything else because it's so heavy.
They are heavy. You don't want to get one stuck, so you might as well forget it.
Yeah, I came close, Regal, to getting mine stuck. I was up at camp. This was, I don't know, this was up in the county where it was all over the news. They were getting a shitload of snow. They had so much snow up there you couldn't see the street signs. It was like 4 years ago maybe a little longer. And I had that Scandic up there because we were going to go fishing. And we were goofing around. I went down into this gravel pit. And these guys all had trail sleds. And they sunk right up to the windshields. And I went through that Scandic and they couldn't believe it. I was going forward, reverse, and I went and I rolled it on its side. And I kind of got stuck. And I was like, ah, son of a bitch. I got up on the other footboard and I stood on it like a sailboat. And I leaned as hard as I could and I goosed the throttle and it came out of it. But yeah, if you ever get one of those things stuck, I've went off the trail down the side of a hill. One of my buddies got stuck. I hooked a tow strap up to him. Backed up, turned around with it. He's like, God damn it. But they're slow as hell and hard on gas.
I've had a hand in towing them out of the woods hillbilly style, where you take the Brooktown sled, you pick the track up and put it on the back of the seat, and both the riders stand on the sideboards, steering the machine that's running, taking you out of the woods.
Oh yeah, I've seen that before. Go ahead, someone else out there I think was trying to say something before Regal keyed up. Must have been Skip.
Yo, skippity-doo, skippity-day, oh yes.
Oh, yeah. I had a lot of fun over the years on a snowmobile, though, definitely.
That one time at band camp?
Yeah, Rascal, I'd like to get a side-by-side, but I started pricing them out, and then I realized, fuck, I gotta buy a trailer, too. So that kind of blew that plan out of the water for a little while.
Roger. Yes, you're getting out there. You just keep keying up with somebody. Radio man?
Yeah, four-wheeler does fit in the back of the truck there.
You kind of jumped down over here a little bit, Novocaine. What'd you do?
I'm in the fog bank setting into the fucking water over here.
Yeah, it might be that fading out time like we used to get a lot. Well, I haven't gotten on much lately, but he just faded right down over here.
Supposed to be a heavy fog rolling in off the water tonight.
I just had the dog out a few minutes ago. It's pretty foggy down here.
I mean, I noticed this morning on the way to work, I lost Cobra as I was getting into Scarborough, and usually I talk to him right in, and it was wicked foggy this morning, so it definitely plays an effect. It absorbs a little bit of RF.
I never had a speck of sunshine at my place today. They said on the news that some places got sun. I never saw it. I never even saw it peek through the clouds.
I didn't get no sun here either.
Oh, it was beautiful down there all day. I left at 5:20 or so, and it was fucking amazing out. I get on the pike, it's amazing. I didn't even hit, Scarborough. I didn't even hit 42, and it was like hitting a wall. Your automatic headlights came on. I had to take my sunglasses off. It was gray and foggy all the way home. It was crazy.
So it's been here all day, overcast, foggy, gray, so. I heard you shouting on the way home on both channels.
On the way home or on the... Oh, yeah, I don't remember. I did on the way back from supper just because I knew people were up here on sideband, and me and Cobra just left at like 7:30. I'm like, fuck, I don't have a sideband radio in the car.
Yeah, it must have been when it was. Yeah, it was, before, shortly after 7, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I tried a couple of stations, hit a little bit of DX, but there was nobody here, nobody on 12 on AM, and obviously people were here, and I was like, well, I don't have sideband, so I've got to talk some skip or something.
Well, I did hear you when you checked in on sideband, and that was before you got home. You were still mobile.
Oh, nice. It's wide-banded enough where I think it'll actually transmit a little bit, but I mean, it's AM, FM only, so I keyed up a couple of quick times just to say fuck it, and I turned it on another one.
Well, just giving you some acknowledgement. I'm back quiet.
Roger, Roger.
Yes, for some reason I was able to hear Novocaine.
You can't hear Fix It Novocaine? Novocaine? You can't hear Bob and Fix It? Oh, that's weird.
We've had nights where that direction will fade right out, but it's not common. Well, it hasn't been in a while.
Hey, you're louder here than you normally are, Bob. You're giving me like 7 here. You're hammering tonight.
Roger.
You running just the Kenwood, or are you running something else too?
I got the Kenwood and the Kenwood amp behind it, so I was probably swinging a K.
Yeah. Radio man must love it. Huh.
I love it.
Yeah, your needle must go BAM every time he keys up.
Set a 20 no matter what.
Coach, you guys okay to... Oh, man, I can remember back in the Lewiston days.
Good old days.
Yeah, friggin', well, he was executive back then, but 500 now. Executive up on the hill, Bob over on the hill in Auburn, me over on friggin', everybody was running 500 plus watts, 1,000 watts. We were only friggin' less than 2 miles, 3 miles from each other.
Yeah, those were rough days. It was a blast.
And I was just a mud duck in Lisbon.
And now you're just a mud duck in Oxford.
I know, I had to just start quacking all the time.
At least you're keeping the mud duck going.
Better a mud duck than a piranha duck. Well, I just do my best at quacking them up.
You jumping out of there, Fix It?
No, I'm sandbagging. had a good laugh yesterday. One of my dogs finally got a chipmunk.
Oh, yeah? They tear it all up?
Oh, she had it in her mouth. It was fucking around on one of my scuttle holes. There's a scuttle hole that goes underneath the house here. I got a habitat screen framed out, and there's no way habitat can get in there, but on the outside of it, I got blue insulation board covering the habitat screen to keep the weather and whatever out. Well, it was just loose enough where the thing managed to get up behind the fucking blue board. Well, my dogs were both out in the pen. They were getting around that scuttle hole. They weren't fucking leaving her alone, sniffing it, and she was scratching at the board. And like, what the fuck? I walked over there. I pulled the blue board off real quick. When she looked up at me, she had a fucking tail hanging out of her mouth. I said, oh, she got him.
Let it go, or did she kill it?
Well, I talked to her a couple times. I said, drop it, drop it. So she walked about 3 feet away and dropped it on the ground. I looked at it. It looked all curled up. I figured, she probably broke its back or its neck or whatever. And so she fucked around with it a little bit longer. And I said, come on, come in the house. So I gave her a treat, gave them both a treat, saying, good puppies, the rodents out of the house. And then I went back out and I went to look for it. The fucking thing was gone, so it was playing possum.
Oh, shit, that's funny. Yeah, them things are pretty tough. My dog's got a hold of a couple of them. She's yet to kill one, but I think she wounded one. Little red squirrel, you mean, chipmunk?
Yeah, a little chippy, yep. But they tease the fuck out of my dogs all the time, coming up on the front porch, looking into the big storm. I got a storm glass in the front there, full glass window in the storm door. And I leave my inside door open a lot so the dogs can stay and look out the door. Well, the fucking chipmunks and squirrels went up on that porch all the time. And the same way with my back deck. So the fucking things tease the shit out of my dogs. And then I got a kid's playhouse off the corner of the bottom of the playpen. They're always in and out of that. My male dog's always standing up, fucking trying to jump up in that playhouse to get a hold of them. They keep fucking around it, and they'll find out.
Oh, yeah, it's all fair game. Them stupid things anyways, man. You don't want them around too close to your house. They'll get in your walls and make nests. They're worse than mice. Way worse than mice.
Oh, I know. This place was inhabited before I got a hold of it. It was fucking serious needs, and when I went through and ripped all the walls wide open, I saw where the shovel holes were, and they all got blocked off, trust me. But, yeah, it's definitely danger zone to a house, so I don't care. It just proves my dogs are like cats. They'll get small rodents if I want them to.
Oh, pets are like that anyway. I've had a couple of them. My other one used to stay outside a lot during the summer. She'd kill 3-4 summer probably. She'd kill them. And she hated them little red squirrel things. God, didn't she hate them things.
I wish I would have had my picture of my camera handy, because that was fucking funny when she looked up at me. The look on her face with that tail hanging out of her mouth like, come, Dad.
Ah, good girl, good girl.
I thought he was going to come up with it, because he's the one that likes to really, really chase them all the time. Always, squirrels and chipmunks. He'll fucking come off this porch 5 feet in the air, 5 feet right out until he touches the ground, and get straight after him, but they always outrun him, of course. I figured he was going to be the one to come up with it, but no, she did.
Yeah, freaking things are a lot of them around here. A couple years ago, one got in the wall, and it was freaking World War II then. I got the pellet gun out, and I don't know how many of the stupid things I ended up shooting, because they were trying to get into my house. Fuck that shit.
I had a scratching noise a couple times there, since I cleaned everything out or whatever. I don't know, they still got one spot I haven't found or something. One night it was inside my kitchen window by my sink. That thing was scratching and scratching. Got the fucking meat mallet out and was pounding on the wall like fucking midnight. The wife's like, you're unreal. So I left a bunch of little dents from the meat mallet somewhere in the wall, and she's like, well, that's fucking cute. I said, don't you worry. This guy's the one that's got to fix it. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I know. They're awful. They can destroy a house. That's why I said I shot a bunch of them with my pellet gun, and you'd shoot one, and you know you hit it, and the thing wouldn't immediately die.
They're pretty tough little bastards, I know.
I got animals, I can't put decon down. A lot of people just put decon down, but I don't know what's worse, putting decon down or shooting them. I don't know. We probably just
well, the decon or you pets, or the name is pets. Well, there was times when I was redoing this place, I had the floor open for a few days there. Had it opened right up, ripping up both layers and putting down all brand new layers before I put my stat floor down. And the whole time I had the floor open, I'd come back every day to find that they were in here, and they'd go to pick up a roll of paper towels. Fucking acorns come flying out. Go to pick up a short piece of PVC pipe or something sitting on the counter. Acorns would fly out. It's like, you little bastard.
No, yeah. Same thing with me. Like in my basement, I freaking, like, a couple times I would go to use my wet dry vac. The thing's plugged up. Unhook the hose and shake it, and acorns and dog food and all kinds of shit would fall out of it. So I don't know if it was what the hell it was. Dog food. I think that was a mouse. The little bastard was coming up here stealing my dog's food out of its fucking bowl, bringing it downstairs and stuffing it away.
Don't surprise me.
I mean, this house was built in the 50s, you know what I mean? It's kind of a loose old place. It's not too bad a shape, but, you know, it's definitely not super tight like a new house.
Well, this place was put together in the 80s, and the person that lived there previously got sick, and the place got run down, had roof leaks. Things were deteriorated, so that's why I ripped 80% of the place apart and put it back together when I got it. But, yeah, there were some areas where you could tell it's been like that for a while.
Yep.
She ain't perfect, but I'll own her pretty soon. It's fine. Fuck it.
Yeah, me too. I only got, I don't know, 3 years left to pay, something like that. 3 or 4.
Well, I got a little bit longer than that, but still, you know, with the times of the way housing is and all that, I'm glad I got into my own place a few years back, because holy fuck, I wouldn't want to be playing that game out there in the housing market right now with apartments just where they are. Fuck that.
Oh, I know. I know it. Back years ago, my house mortgage is cheap, $1,000 a month. Everybody's right back then, they're like, you're nuts to pay that much. I'm like, no, I want my own house. I don't want to be told what to do, you know? And now here I am years later, man, that's fucking cheap.
Signed on for $764 a month for 15 years. That's what I took on for a mortgage. They changed the fucking pennies and all this bullshit went down with the housing market and blah, blah, blah. The property rate just went up. It still didn't change, you know what I mean? So I'm good.
Right. No, I know. It was a smart move. Thank God you did what you did when you did it. Me too, you know. I agreed to pay more of a mortgage, you know, to be able to get it paid off quicker. I could have had it cheaper, but yeah. I'm glad I didn't. It worked out good. It's just my 2 acres of property in Boothbay is evaluated at almost $90,000. I only paid $100 for the place, you know, with a house.
I got just under 2 acres, and I'm in Dresden, of course, different location. Of course, you're right on the coast somewhat. Yours is going to be a little bit higher, but mine's about 6.
Right, yeah, about 30 to 40 grand an acre is what it is around these parts, pretty much. Yeah, it's all right. Like me here, it was kind of cool before I got the place. The previous people did, at least. I put a new roof on it when I moved here, and they had put a new septic system, all brand new septic system, including the leach field and everything, so that was already done, so it wasn't a bad deal. The only, you know, one thing, it works good, but the well pump's pretty deep, and it's like close to 300 feet here, believe it or not. But anyways, yeah, that'll probably need to be replaced in the next couple of years. That'll be good for about $2,500.
Yeah, I got an artesian too. I don't know exactly how deep it is, but I know we're right on ledge over here with watershed spots everywhere. There's a watershed sign right at the end of my road out here. We get decent water, a little hard, but otherwise than that, it's fine. Most people probably tell you I paid a hair more than they would have for this place because it needed rehab or whatever, but it was owner finance, so I took that into consideration. You know, years holding the bill, blah, blah, blah. So, I don't think the place would have qualified through a bank anyways. That's beside the point. I knew what I was buying when I bought it. But the price of values have gone up since I have purchased it, so I don't think I'm on the hurting end if I was to resale it by any.
Yeah, kind of a similar deal for me. I got a binding lawyer, blah blah contract type deal, but yeah, but same idea. Didn't have to pay interest. But the neighbor only wanted to give these people like $70 grand for this place. I've only lived here, 8 years, something like that. And kind of funny now, just last year he asked me if I'd sell out for like $230, $240. Huh.
Yeah, the prices of a lot of real estate's gone up. They're still trying to fill the markets. They've still been talking about it on the news. New construction builds and all that. Most places are 2 to 3 years behind on orders they can't fill because there just ain't enough resource and materials and all that to get them done.
I've got people calling to try to buy this place.
Yeah, I can imagine. You're on that lake. I can imagine that place is probably worth a fortune just because of that.
I mean, properties, I don't care what it is, physical property, they don't make any more land. What's here is what's here. So, you might have a short term where the housing market was really overinflated. So you might have a short-term loss within a couple years if you bought really high. But I guarantee, I don't care how high the market was, in 10 years, it's worth more than you bought it for. It's always going to follow inflation. It's always going to follow the market value, the dollar value. Buying physical property is a win-win always. I don't think unless you're trying to do a short-term flip or something like that, if you're in it for more than 10 years, you are always going to come out on top.
Buying gold, the price is going to go up. Even if it's slow, sometimes it'll take a big hike like it just did. Sometimes it goes slow, but you're right. Over time, it'll definitely pay off.
Yeah, they don't make more land. If you're leasing your land and you have a mobile home on it or a house on leased land, well, now you're kind of screwed because it's leased land. But if you own your land, they don't make more land. It is what it is. So it is always going to be worth more and more. The value is always going up because the population is always going up, and you can't make more land.
I spent my whole life paying landlords $9,000 to $10,000 a year to rent their apartments. I did that for years and years and years. Now I spend that same $9,000 to $10,000 a year to buy my own place, so it's worth it to me regardless of what the market is.
Absolutely. Look at how much money you've given away. Exactly. I did that for years too and got tired of it and said, fuck this shit. I'll find something to buy because it just doesn't make any sense.
I mean, look at it now. What's it? Fucking rents are $1,500 a month for a one-bedroom efficiency on a tree street. I mean, it's crazy.
Yep, that's one thing I'll say about you, buddy. You were smart. You were young when you bought your house. You guys were smart to do that because you never really paid much for rent, did you?
Nope. I think I rented for probably about a year, maybe a year and a half, something like that. I mean, I rented when I was like 16 just because I wasn't in a spot to buy anything. But, yeah, I bought my first place when I was 18 years old.
Yep. That was definitely a cool spot, too. I mean, definitely. It was still a pretty cool spot, but I'm sure you like the more modern building you live in now compared to that was an older house, right?
Yeah, it was an old farmhouse, but I actually loved the building. The location, it was real close to the road. It had some issues as far as plowing and stuff goes. It was not real great for radio because it was right on the river, but yeah, it was I liked the house. I liked the setup. If I could have had a bigger garage here and a little bit more driveway, it would have been perfect.
Right.
Yeah, if that house would have sat back about another 50 feet off the road, you would have been good.
Yeah, exactly. If I could have built another garage on the side of it or out back of it, if it wasn't quite on that, downward hill out back of it where the water came out, it would have been great. But having enough driveway for anything kind of sucked, and plowing the snow, that was actually my worst thing about it. I got in so much trouble about plowing that snow that when I looked to get this place, that's exactly what I was looking for. I looked at about 8 different garages before I bought this place, and all of them were not amazing for the snow. And you don't think about that, especially when you're buying in the summer. But after having the cops called on you and the code enforcement and fucking, 8 different people knocking at your door over about a 10-year time span for the snow and them trying to charge you to remove the snowbanks, I'm like, I don't want to deal with that shit anymore.
Just because it was blocking the end of the road and people couldn't see well getting out?
Yeah, I used to plow it across the road because I was asked to by a snowplow guy. They loved me. Well, then people started complaining. Then the neighbor across the other corner died, and this old man bought the place. Didn't buy the place. He was, whatever, his son. I don't know what the fuck he was, but he was a Saracen. He was a fucking narc. He was a piece of shit. I'd burn down his house. And the Saracens are all fucking pussies. But anyway, he called the cops on me and then called the town on me. But yeah, he didn't like me pushing across the road, so they told me I had to keep it in my driveway. So I pushed it all up in the corner, and then it got over the stop sign, and there was accidents, like there used to be before I moved in. And they told me I had to remove the snow. I'm like, fuck you. This guy showed up from the town and told me he didn't care what I did with my snow as long as it doesn't leave the curb. So me being an asshole, I made sure I plowed it all up in the corner, and then I got my snowblower out and I snowblowed it on top of the pile. So yeah, I was kind of a prick about it too, but yeah, I don't know. So that was like the biggest thing though. When I went to look for my next property, it was, if it was going to be a pain in the ass plowing, I was not going to buy it. I don't care how perfect the place was. I don't want to snowblow. I could have snowblowed at my house. I did for one season. It was okay, but I don't want to snowblow. I fucking, I don't want to deal with it. So I wanted to make sure there was easy enough places to put snow.
I don't fuck around here. I plow my driveway where we park, and I plow right down in front of the house and push it all down beyond my fucking leach field, so it can run right down in the woods when it melts. And then take a nice little channel as the spring comes along. That's where all that snow melts off and runs away to, right there, that channel that I push out.
Yep, I tear the shit out of my lawn up every year, but I don't care, because I push it way.
Yeah, hey, Alan, thanks for the comment there. Yeah, a lot of people have been getting on the last couple of years, so yeah, I'm actually going to get ready to shut it down. I know there's still a few people connected, but I try to shut it down. These guys go a little longer, but I try to get in bed here about 10 o'clock, so I'm going to be shutting down here in just a minute myself. This is just going out to the internet stream.
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck about lawn. They make loam and fucking seed every day of the week. There's that out.
I figure the more I tear up, the less I gotta fucking mow come spring.
Yeah, it never works out though. It just fills back in for me for whatever reason. I got plenty of clover and mushrooms. I got plenty of mushrooms. I got moist lawn. It actually smells musty. We've kept it well mowed and everything this year, but the last couple of weeks or whatever, you step out in the front yard and it smells real musty. The grass does.
Radio man, you're gonna have to pick up on that one. There was too many great things to repeat in one sentence.
It smells very musty.
His mushroom is musty.
Because it was too moist.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed my collaboration.
We expect nothing less.
Your what-oration?
Collaboration.
I guess if you're into mushrooms, one of my neighbors is actually into like wild mushroom foraging. I guess it's been a hell of a year for it.
I watched the fucking squirrels. Them squirrels will come right over here and pop the head right off one of the mushrooms and sit right there on their hind legs and chew the fuck out of the mushrooms. It's fucking funny to watch.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of mushrooms, but I was talking to my neighbor about it the other day, and I guess there's quite a few of them out there, and they're pretty tasty that you can find here in Maine. But I've always been too paranoid. I'm gonna eat one that's gonna make me, spew out of both ends.
Well, I don't have them this year for some reason, but last year and the year before, we had some real reddish colored ones that almost look like seafood salad that you'd buy out of the supermarket. And they were actually lobster mushrooms or something they're called, and they were actually edible, but I ain't gonna pick no mushroom up off the ground and bring it inside, chop it up and eat it. That ain't my cup of tea.
Tell you what, you get the ones that grow on the sides of rotted like looking trees, and those are so tasty. I never would have believed it either, but up country, I went up country a lot and ended up meeting some people up there, and this guy that I ended up being buddies with, Derek, he's like Maine guide, and he went in the woods, got some lobster mushroom and some portobello, I'm trying to remember the name now, and then you got chicken of the woods. He came back with like 3 of them. He sauteed them up with butter and some wine, and they were delicious.
Oh, I'm sure they was. I like mushrooms. I like them in omelets and all that. I have no problem with mushrooms at all. Steak and onions and mushrooms, I love it. Going through the woods, I'm not familiar enough with them or educated enough to be picking them and eating them because I just don't know. You can look a lot of shit up online, but who's to say that's true? You fucking picked the wrong one, you're going to be shitting fucking water slide for a week, and hopefully you ain't dying of dehydration.
Oh no, water slide shit.
Shit too fast before you get down on the toilet, that turns into a water slide.
Yes, sir. It's like old Rusty's over there, Thompson. We used to say that. Go get hot dogs. We called them missiles. Go down like a dog, come out like a missile.
Sodium pentothal missile.
Alright guys, in the chat, I'm going to shut the stream down, call it a night. Thank you for everyone for stopping by. Radio Man out.
Same way with that chaga shit. They say it's wicked fucking good for you or whatever, but can't tell the difference. There's some trees